Hi, third graders. I want to talk to you this morning, Monday morning, about finishing your speeches and using a checklist to make our writing better. Briefly about this on Friday, and I know some of you have actually taken a look at this, but I am guessing that you did it rather quickly and perhaps didn't do it in the way Mrs. Peters is asking. So listen carefully. Writers, up until now, I have taken you through the writing process step by step. It's like I have been the job captain, giving you the daily work. But I want you to be able to be your own job captain. So our goal is to have our persuasive speech written by Wednesday, December 16th. Now, some of you are mostly done. So this work this week is really going to be just about going in and see if there's any ways that you want to make it better. Some of you have more writing to do. And so, in that case, you need to go in and finish your writing. But let's talk a little bit about using this checklist. So, I want to teach you that writing can always be revised and made better. To do this, writers reread their own writing and decide on ways to improve it. And one way they do this is by using a checklist. So, if possible, I want you to try and find an adult or a big brother or big sister at home that could help you reread your speech, look at the checklist, and help you decide if there might be a few things, or at least one thing, that you can improve. So I am going to exit out of this and open up our checklist. So let's go to the checklist. We looked at this on Friday. So there are 5 slides to this. I think the first ones are the most important. So it's all about, did you do this? Did you write like a third grader? So on the first slide, you'll think about your lead, which is your introduction, and any transitions. Now you'll notice that this says place the star next to areas you need to work on. So the way this works is you're going to go back, you're going to look at this checklist, but then you have to go back and reread your work and think, is that something I need to improve? Did you write a beginning in which you set the reader up to expect that this would be a piece of opinion writing and also tried to hook them into caring about your opinion? If you did, and I, to be honest, I would probably ignore the little squares. I think you can just use the star and say, if you have a hook and you stated your opinion and include your thesis statement, just put yes. That's not something you want to go back and look at. If you haven't done that yet, if you've kind of started, put it here and go back and finish or make it better. If it's not something you've done yet, then you need to say not yet. And that is how we can begin to think about what we might still want to work on. And again, if we were in school, this would be a little easier to do. If you would like Mrs. Peters to do it with you this week, just let me know and we will set up our own Zoom meeting. So that's the first slide on our lead or introduction and transitions. The next slide is about your ending. Okay, that's your conclusion. And we work quite a bit on those. So you might even want to go back. I'll probably give you a link to the conclusion mini lesson. The body are your reasons and details. It's like I wrote several reasons or examples of why readers should agree with my opinion. And the organization is, did you organize it into paragraphs? So that's an important thing. And again, I would just use the star. I would put it next to the not yet, starting to, or yep, I did that. The next one is elaboration. So that's that word, that's adding detail. I not only named my reasons to support my opinion, but also wrote more about each one. Craft says I not only told readers to believe me, but also wrote in ways that got them thinking or feeling in certain ways. So that might be, we could say that's related to, did you speak to your reader? Did you ask them a question or get them to think? The fourth slide has to do with spelling. So you used what you knew about spelling patterns to help you spell and did a little editing before you wrote your final draft and maybe got help from others. Now you have actually a spelling dictionary. And then, of course, since we're typing it, you could use spell check. And then last, go back and check some punctuation. And again, we were together. Mrs. Peters could help you with this, which is why I'm really hopeful you might be able to find an adult kind of help you look at this. So that's the checklist that you can use to make your writing better. And let's go back to this. Okay, so by putting stars next to the areas you feel you can improve, you may also want to go back and listen to the Ed puzzles that you've been assigned about ways to improve your writing. And then Monday or Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, spend some time working on these areas. I'm proud. I'm really proud of the work you've done. It was a big job. It's like putting together puzzle pieces. So, I do want you to know that how much work you do is up to you. You are going to get a different opportunity this week during our class to show what you've learned about opinion writing when we write on a topic together. So that is an on-demand writing task that we will do. So this essay is one way. You're going to show me what you've learned, and then the on-demand writing task is going to be another way. So just to review, what we need to remember about opinion writing. We start by hooking the reader and making a claim using I think or I believe. We support that claim with reasons and examples. We organize our ideas into paragraphs. So now that you've listened to this, depending on how much progress you've made, there is an optional activity. And I want you to make sure and go in and listen to the video Mrs. Peters is going to make about preparing to and recording your persuasive speech. So great job, everybody. I'm proud of you.